Hello, everybody. My name is Amiram Shachar, and I'm the founder of Spot, which is now Spot by NetApp. I really want to thank you, everyone, for joining us today for the Kubernetes Day at NetApp. I'm more than excited to tell you more about the innovation in the Kubernetes space that we've been working on. So since 2015, Spot has been working with thousands of customers to automate their cloud infrastructure, giving their workloads scalable, highly available, and optimized cloud infrastructure. And every year, we hear more and more customers talking about one major thing, which is moving their applications to containers and Kubernetes. And obviously, this is happening for good reason, because Kubernetes is being widely adopted as a critical technology foundation that enables the delivery of modern cloud-native applications with speed, flexibility, and agility. We always say at NetApp that speed, that's the new scale. So with Kubernetes, applications developers are happily deploying new code fast and very often. However, the DevOps team needs to manage all this underlying infrastructure and has to grow and scale with these applications. Implementing and operating the tools and the processes and the provisioning, auto-scaling, and the management of the required infrastructure of Kubernetes can be quite manual, complex, and resource-intensive work. And improper cloud infrastructure management here can lead to high bills, wasted resources, underperforming applications, and high availability issues. And these problems can kill even the best applications out there. So that's why exactly we introduced Ocean in 2018. Ocean is a serverless container engine that provides fully managed infrastructure for containers that customers can just deploy containers on a fully managed infrastructure that we manage for them, which brings automation, simplicity, and major cost savings for the customer. Ocean has helped thousands of companies to reduce operation overhead, saving them over 85% of their compute cost and giving them their DevOps teams time back to focus on their applications. Since we introduced Ocean in 2018, usage has grown up year over year consistently in Ocean and over 350% year over year. And we're very proud to share that today we're managing over 5 million concurrent containers in production for our customers and counting. And just as we've seen the rise and increasing adoption of Kubernetes to deploy microservices applications, we're also seeing more and more customers consolidating big data into containers, AI and ML pipelines into containers, and obviously into Kubernetes. Because the architecture of Kubernetes and its capabilities have always made it appealing for deploying and operating large-scale and distributed applications. And one of the biggest additions to Kubernetes that enabled this was the shift to support Apache Spark. Apache Spark is the open source framework for big data, AI, and ML applications. Spark powers applications that ingest, processes, and store massive amounts of data to be used by AI, machine learning, NLP, data analysis, batch and stream processing. And Spark has rising in popularity in recent years, overtaking Hadoop in speed, in performance, in flexibility, and with more than thousands of open source contributors. Now with Spark running on Kubernetes, we see that like the old scheduler, which was Yarn, is completely replaced, affording containers more efficiency, bin packing, and bringing unified management to the infrastructure of Spark. And Kubernetes make it easier to have multiple deployments without a dedicated cluster. So unlike Spark with Yarn, applications can run in isolation of one of each other while utilizing the same resources. So this is huge for Spark and huge for Kubernetes. We also saw that many of the cloud providers themselves are driving this adoption of Kubernetes for big data. For example, we saw Google been experimenting with Kubernetes as an alternative to Yarn. And then we also saw AWS recently announcing the deployment of EMR on EKS, which means you can take a Spark application runs on EMR and actually have all the control plane managed by Elastic Kubernetes Service. But still, what we see is big data teams are struggling with the overhead that Kubernetes might bring, faced with the same challenges that DevOps teams are seeing when they're operating Kubernetes. Furthermore, these applications, as they grow, and the cost of these resources they grow, it's really putting sometimes a big question mark on the entire scope of the big data project. That's why I'm very excited, I'm super excited to announce today the launch of a new product called Wave. Wave, as part of the Spot by NetApp platform, is bringing the serverless experience to big data workloads. Wave automatically provisions, autoscales, and optimizes all the cloud infrastructure that is needed to run Spark applications on Kubernetes so the data teams can focus only on data and only on their applications. Wave literally brings more cloud and less cost to the DevOps and the big data teams. Wave is actually leveraging the same engine that powers Ocean. Users now are able to run their containerized Spark applications on the intelligent algorithm that mixes Spot, on-demand, and Spark and reserved instances to optimize and reduce the cluster footprint with bean packing technologies and reduce the cloud cost by that. Wave spin up Spark-aware infrastructure with intelligent auto-scaling mechanism that matches the right instance type, the right instance size to maximize the application performance and the efficiency. And even furthermore than that, by monitoring the cloud resource utilization in real time and over time, Wave continuously tunes even the Spark configuration to allow this job to run more efficiently. So Wave is really giving like the end-to-end from choosing the infrastructure, making it Spark aware, and tuning the jobs on behalf of the customers. So with this Spark aware approach of auto-scaling, right-sizing, bean packing, headroom management, all working together to drive these Spark applications to run more reliable, efficient, and in more optimized way on your cloud infrastructure, this is the purpose of why we built Wave. I couldn't be more excited to introduce you to Wave, and I couldn't be more excited to help you expand your Kubernetes, your cloud, and your data with us. So thank you for joining us today, and we really look forward to continue to support you in this cloud journey. Thank you.